Hello y'all, Gravity Octopus here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to refill a Copic marker. Sadly, the audio for this video wound up getting distorted and I could not save it, so this is a recording over. So I wound up running out of E00, which is my lightest skin tone marker in this picture, and I thought it'd be a good idea to record it. There are two different ways of doing it, of refilling the marker, and I'm going to show you both in this video. And the first thing about the markers, you should know that when they start to dry out, they start becoming very streaky and they don't put as much ink down. And this is a pale color, so you can't see much to begin with, but you can still see it with the lighter colors. Now the first way we're going to do it is we're going to use tweezers to pull off the nib, which, to clarify, this is going to be the brush nib. We want to pull it out with the tweezers. I'm using the Copic tweezers. And then we take our various ink refill, uncap it, and we can actually go straight into the top of the marker. And we want to go 2 to 4 milliliters, and you can see on the bottle of various ink they have the markers right there on the side, so you see what you have. I have about 20 milliliters in there, and I'm not actually filling it up at this point because I actually have a different method that I'm going to show you. It's my preferred method, which does not include me actually pulling off the marker tip. So let's cap the marker, and I went ahead and capped the various ink refill just because I didn't want to have it fall. Now, for the other one, we're going to use this booster needle object. Now, this looks scary, this looks very pointy, and you really don't want to stab yourself with it because it is very sharp. So once again, we unscrew the various ink refill, and then we screw it back on. It has the ridges on there, so it easily screws on. Make sure it's nice and tight so it doesn't leak everywhere. And then we take the marker, we uncap it on the chisel tip end, and we insert the booster needle on a flat edge of the marker. I like to put it marker side up when I am poking this in because I don't like having the ink from the bottle dripping everywhere. And here again, it's 2 to 4 milliliters to refill a marker that's about to be dry. And I usually take a towel to take it off and quickly I usually wind up putting it at an arc. I did not do it this time, where I actually have them level and pull them apart. But I also use the towel because I don't want everything dripping all over my front. So now we're actually going to test the marker after we capped the other one, and now you can see a definite difference in how it was before and how it is after. It's a little bit darker currently because there's a lot more wetness to the page, so it is showing up a lot more than the other one. You can see here it's a lot more even. Now, whenever we use the booster needle, what we want to do afterwards is we want to clean it. And how we clean it, we can use isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol, or this, the Copic Various Ink Refill Colorless Blender. They do the same exact job, and it's probably cheaper to use the isopropyl alcohol or the rubbing alcohol. However, I got a big bottle of this for I think around $10, so I'm using this currently. We want to extend the life of the booster needle that we're using for the various ink refills, so we are cleaning it by putting in the colorless blender refill to clean out the inside. Now, sadly, I didn't realize this before I put the booster needle on. it does have some black in there from when I refilled my black a little earlier this month. So we shake it up. You could go in there with a Q-tip to really clean it out if you wanted, but that won't clean out the needle itself. It won't clean out the head, but that will help a lot. One more thing about the Copic markers is the reason why you want to do 2 to 4 milliliters is because if you have a Copic marker overfilled, if you shake it at the paper, it will a lot of times wind up having drops. It will spread everywhere, and if you do not catch this beforehand, what will wind up happening is that you'll be coloring a piece and that drop will come in the least opportune moment and ruin whatever drawing you are coloring. So I highly recommend testing it out, even giving it a couple of shakes above the piece of paper or above a scratch sheet of paper, or even above, like I use my towel, even above the towel, that way you can see if everything's fine. Thank you very much for watching, y'all, and have a good one.